Okay, hello YouTube. This is the Canadian Greek coming at you with ISON update number 6. We have a lot to get through today, so I'm just going to get right to it. I'm going to start this installment, this update with Bruce Gary's website as usual. Okay, there's some very interesting developments with what's going on with the jet feature. Okay, this is, of course, we already know these pictures. We recognize what they represent. I've covered it in my last update, so I will not go into it again. However, this is very interesting. Spatial structure enhancement is tricky, and I am trying to verify the presence of the many jet structures found by Scarmato in the Whitmer, Gary, and other images. The most serious concern is with the placement of the LS Larsen-Sikanya rotational gradient filter. That has to be manually centered on the nucleus. It can produce jet-like artifacts separated from the nucleus and oriented at almost any direction. The entire jet matter is undergoing review, and I cannot take final position on the validity of the jet images that are or have been posted on this website. Until more work is done on this, I want to caution readers that the jets shown above and in previous editions of this webpage may not be real. Thanks to Tom K for performing some spatial structure enhancements that illustrate the dangers of LS placement. Okay, so now they may not be real. Let's continue on a little bit further down here. I think it's important. Did I want to read this part here? I'll leave it for now. That's not important. This is my false color contrast enhancement of a TIFF image that the STS-CL released on October 17th. I'm sure NASA and the STS-CL hate to release TIFF and FITS images because they can be manipulated like this. But they released it and I enhanced it. I see no evidence for a jet in this image. And that's the position of Dr. Jiang Yang Li, who found a jet in his April image. And this causes me to question Tony Scarmato's image processing procedure that finds a jet in all images studied, including those of October 5th, 11th, and 12th, which bracket October 9th. Okay, so apparently now Gary is questioning the front-facing jet. Of course, I have maintained from the beginning that that is impossible because that just defies all laws of physics. That means that this comet would not be tumbling through space. It would not be rotating. It would just be flying through space, and that would be, well, pretty much impossible. Okay, so now Gary is actually beginning to question this front-facing jet shenanigans, and I will make a separate video on this front-facing jet and what I believe is going on, or what I believe is being shown by the Tony Scarmato Astro Art enhancements. Okay, but that will have to be another video. But way to go, Gary. You're questioning what is obviously impossible for it to be happening. Good for you. Keep on it. Keep us updated and keep your website going. Gary was thinking of discontinuing his investigation of Comet ISON, but I'm glad he's going to continue. But now let's continue with something else that I found that I think is very interesting. This is the national report, okay, and I'm going to read this entire article because I think it's important. Comet ISON changes course for Earth. Scientists show ISON's new path. I will get to this picture in a little bit. This is by Nigel J. Covington III, Editor-in-Chief. National Report. Monday, the National Report covered a report from the Russian Federal Space Agency that claims Comet C-2012-S1 ISON has made a number of unexpected orbital adjustments in the past 30 days that defy scientific explanation. This information was made public through the Kremlin, but as of press time today, the story remains unreported by the media sources outside Russia. To clarify what the Russian report means, I contacted a source the National Report has used many times in the past to clarify NASA press releases. Retired NASA astronomer David Gould, 68, of Santa Barbara, California, confirmed yesterday that the American scientists tracking comet ISON estimated last September that on its original course, the comet would safely pass Earth on the 26th of December 2013 at approximately 0.426 AU, or 63 plus million kilometers. The Russians reported yesterday that ISON changed course twice. The first time was shortly after 1 a.m. Russian time and again at 2:49. This would have been 11 a.m. PST here and 12:49 PST respectively. I requested Gould recalculate the September figures to take into account the latest course changes and provide us with an estimate of distance comet would pass from Earth using the new Russian data and provide us with his ballpark estimate on ISON's new path. Gould pointed out the Russians gave no specific data on comet's course, but based on their statement yesterday that ISON had changed course, seemingly to better align itself to the red planet's strange moon Phobos, Gould would make his estimations based on using the alignment of Phobos as his starting point. The Gould estimate, seen in yellow, was superimposed over an existing map showing the estimates from 5 to 6 weeks ago. It's unfortunate that so much has been made over comet C212S1 ISON in the conspiracy theory world. The national report, in our effort to bring purity to the news, has sifted through an endless list of bad YouTube videos and volumes of garbage theories from every hack and mental health client on the planet in our effort to bring you the truth. I guess I'm one of those. As far as the Gould prediction is concerned, it is not scientific, but a guess from an educated man who spent his life working in the U.S. space program. The reader will determine what, if any, faith to place in Mr. Gould's estimates. In the third article in this series on ISON, the National Report will present new evidence showing a series of Chinese images that purportedly show a mysterious object passing in front of the comet that appears to be under intelligent control. The vessel reflects light and therefore is likely to be made of metal. We will also provide photographic evidence showing a link between crop circles and ISON. Well, I don't know about that, but let's have a look at this image, shall we? Okay, this is obviously Earth's orbit. This is ISON's previous orbit from NASA, which shows it's going to be passing at least 0.4 AU from Earth. And this is the Gould trajectory calculated based on the Russian information, what he has of it anyways, that shows that there could be a chance of impact. I don't know about that. I've told you guys before that I give no credence to any trajectory right now because everything is likely to change after perihelion. But I think this is interesting information. This is the national report. And another thing I want to cover from this, by the way, I think this is very interesting, but like I said before, I place no credence in any trajectories that are being given out at this time, and there are several stories and trajectories being floated out there that comet ISON has changed trajectories. Even NASA has put out a new trajectory based on, I guess ISON has changed trajectories, but how much and where it will go during its exit flight, we still don't know. So take this with a grain of salt. I just thought it was interesting, thought you should know. Okay, on a side note, I'm sure you guys are aware that there have been some fires raging on in Sydney, some wildfires. Okay. As it happened, dozens of homes lost as bushfires ravaged parts of New South Wales. Okay, I'm not going to read these articles. You can go and have a look at them. But what I think is interesting is where these fires are situated. And I showed you a picture earlier here of last 50 meteor strikes reported in the last 14 days. Okay, look at where some of these meteor strikes are taking place. Oh, is that near South Wales? Is that where these fires are taking place? Right here. Okay. Could fireballs, could meteorite strikes, could fireballs be falling from the sky and starting fires? This was also reported that could be a possibility of what caused the Chicago fires and all that stuff back in in the past. Okay. Um, these are also, well, I just find it very interesting. I thought this is something that you guys should be aware of. I found this image where these meteor strikes have taken place. I find it very interesting that we have fires in those areas. Is there a correlation? Is that what's responsible? I don't know. I made the connection. I made connected dots 1 and 2, and this is just a theory, of course. This is just my theory. This is not fact. This is just what I am guessing and what I think. Are we in for more of this kind of thing? Okay. Again, thank you, Bruce Gary. Thanks for keeping up with your site. I'm glad you're going to continue. As far as Mr. Jang Yang Lee goes, and as far as Tony Scarmato's, enhancements, I think is suspect. I don't think it's accurate to say that there's a front-facing jet. I've been maintaining that from the beginning. Okay, I say that that's impossible to be happening because that would indicate that ISON is flying, and that is impossible. Okay, so looks like I'm being vindicated finally. Thank you. And that's it for now, guys. I don't know how many more of these reports I'm going to be putting out as time goes on. Unless something earth-shattering happens, I probably will not be putting anything else out until probably November now. Okay? Unless some earth-shattering news comes out or something that important that I think my subscribers should be aware of. That's it for now. This won't be a long one. This is the Canadian Greek. I'm out.